Okay, what's going on, guys? I am Switters. Welcome back to the channel, and let me just make sure things are working okay because I'm working on a bit of a different setup here this morning. So let's make sure. You could probably hear an ad playing over there. Okay, but it's not echoing, it's not reverbing, it's not doing anything crazy. Okay, so we should be good there. Here we go. All right, so we're just waiting for the Vanguard reveal trailer. 14 more minutes, less than 14 minutes from now. Very much looking forward to this. It actually has technically leaked. I'm a little chilly, sorry. It's first thing in the morning. 47 degrees here in sunny Los Angeles. So apparently, yeah, Call of Duty messed up by they're going to have ads running basically for the next few days, like pretty much nonstop on YouTube. But somehow they have allowed those ads to be running already. So if you wanted to, I'm sure you could click off of this this video and just start clicking on some gaming videos and actually catch the trailer if you wanted to. But, you know, don't do that. Come on. I woke up especially early for this. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet for me. And that is very, very early for me. So, very early. So, I would appreciate it if you stuck around. As I take another sip of my coffee. So, what we're going to do is, obviously, we're going to watch the trailer when it comes out. If you guys have any questions for me, I have to look over here, by the way, for the chat because, again, my streaming setup here is a little bit different today. I'm working off of my PC over here instead of my console over here. So I have a laptop over here with chat over there. That's the only chat I can see is over there right now. So if I look over this way, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to look at chat. So yeah, we're going to go through we're going to just watch the trailer, obviously. Maybe we'll watch it a couple of times. And then we will probably not literally frame by frame go through it. I think it's just over 2 minutes, this trailer. So we're not going to literally go frame by frame over everything in the trailer, but we can definitely stop and break it down and look a little bit. So just as we're sitting here, we know, like, down here you can see. Oh, I'm showing you. I forgot I switched that so you wouldn't see. There we go. Okay, so you should now be seeing. There we go. Okay. So on this bottom right here, you've got some ruins and just this glowing part on this demon's chest. I showed you the other day on my Twitter, and I think I put it on my community tab. By the way, I made a post a couple days ago saying if we got to 115 likes, we would live stream the Zombies Reveal trailer here, and we got 12 likes. So here I am. Anyhow, so this symbol that's on this demon's chest is the same symbol from in Cold War when you pick up a piece of intel in season 5 on what's his name? He's a demonologist, Gabriel Kraft, maybe, you know, he's German, so to be Gabriel Kraft, 2 F's in that last name there. So don't know what it means, but it's on this demon's chest. You can see some of the more of the ruins down here on the bottom right. Again, don't know what any of them actually mean. But now if we're looking at these zombies themselves, I mean, we've got the Nazi guy right here, which this actually looks like in Moon, kind of, where you put the, what was that called? The swirly bit thing that you got from the computer and then you put it into the MPD. It looks kind of like that, but not fully. It's pointy at the top, and it's got they're pyramids on either side. It basically looks like a dumbbell with pyramids on either side and a red light glowing from it. And all the zombies have red eyes and like a red kind of cross in the middle. Four-armed demon. I looked up four-armed demons the other day too. Like, I don't know how much of this is going to be factual from, taken from myth, and like directly from myth, though. You know what I mean? So not factual, but I mean pulled from our real life. By that I even mean myth and legend and all that kind of stuff, like stuff that we know to be legend, kind of like Thor, right? In Marvel. But I couldn't find anything that actually looks like this, dude. A lot of four-armed demons popped up, apparently. Like, a lot of things with four arms came up, but nothing that actually looks like this guy. I can't tell if these are buildings or... No, that is a building. Okay, I thought maybe it might, for a second, that might be a bridge going across, like, wherever, but I don't think so. I think that looks like a building. Just blown out buildings from the war, maybe. So we know in Season 5, those two pieces of intel that we get, again, it looks like this piece that's right behind this dude's head here, this on the demon's chest. Christopher Long, what's going on, man? How you doing? We know that one of the pieces he found, the first piece it's a journal page, I think, that comes out, it's just this diagram that's on his chest here. And I think that was the one in Egypt that they found. And then from Dr. Strauss saying, another piece of intel in Season 5 saying, hey, we found another one from Kraft. This one was found in Mexico. So obviously when you think of Egypt, many people will think of pyramids as the very first thing that they'll think of. Usually for me, it's something like that. But in Mexico, there are pyramids as well. I think they were Mayan mostly, but I really don't know about that, and I need to do some more studying on that, to be honest with you, like before all of this stuff comes out, this game comes out, and I need to just kind of familiarize myself. Again, it's very early for me. I need to get more familiar with all that kind of stuff before the game actually comes out. Just in case, I don't think it's going to be really that involved, that detailed, that it's going to require prior knowledge, of real world stuff to do any of these things. But who knows? We're going to take a look anyhow. But it's the two things that they obviously have in common. And then, again, this dude holding this dumbbell-looking, the Vril device, right? Is that what it was called in Moon? I can't remember. It's been a while. But they're pyramids on either end with, obviously, this red energy light coming through. So pyramids are going to be... And how much have we wanted a pyramid map, for a long time? People have been saying, give us a map set in Egypt forever. Because, it's just such a cool... that you could do so much with it. It'd be really great. All right, we've only got a few minutes left till the trailer drops, so I'm going to go grab my second cup of coffee. So I'll be ready. I'll be back literally in 15 seconds. I am pretty excited for this year coming up. I hope that they get a little bit more. I think Cold War was basically it was like zombies with training wheels, right? It's very, very easy to do. The Easter eggs, it's quite easy to stay alive for a long time. I know a lot of high rounders are like, this year doesn't count because everybody can do round 100s, and hey, fair enough. I'm not a high round player. I don't enjoy that. To me, it's just boring, just sitting there going in the same spot, going to get just purely for a high round. But I know a lot of people love it, and this year is much easier because medical packs and all of our perks that you can have. There's no limit. Again, in years past, you got 4 perks. That was it. That's all you could have at one time. Now we have, in this map, we can have 10 on. At the beginning of the year, you could have, 7? 7 or 8? I don't remember. Goodness. But it's just, and then with all the field upgrades, the Ethereum crystal upgrades, to the perks, to your field upgrades, to your weapons. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I mean, I streamed D Machina the moment it came out, and I remember I was using, I think, the Stoner, the LMG. I was just thinking, can we have a look real quick? But things have changed so much. I don't even remember what it was like playing the game without. That's the symbol, by the way. Right here. That's on the demon's chest. And then there is the other one, which I don't remember. I need to organize my stuff a bit better. That's the demon's. Oh, we can't see it here. Forget, that's useless. I put it up on Twitter. You can follow it. It's down below in the description if you wanted to, but totally up to you. I think I put that one on. I don't have it on here right now. So, yeah, I don't even remember what it was like back on day one, having no upgrades to perks, no upgrades to weapons. It's been so long since we've upgraded everything. As soon as we were able to, that's all we did. We grinded the hell out of it, getting Ethereum crystals until we had enough to upgrade literally everything. So, I can't even, if you were starting the game now, it's still, again, it's not hard. I won't ever say easy, but this is the easiest that Zombies has ever been. So if you were looking to jump in, and you can go get a very cheap copy of Cold War, because honestly, let's face it, you could probably get a $10 copy at GameStop. I don't know. I haven't been to GameStop in a very long time, but I would assume, honestly, that you could definitely do that. So there's no paid DLC. So if you haven't done it yet, and you're looking forward to, if this trailer coming up in literally 1 minute gets you excited for Zombies or Call of Duty this coming year, go pick up a copy of Cold War at GameStop or somewhere else that you can get it used for $10, like I said, and hop through it and look at the guides online and go through it, because it's pretty damn easy. You know what I mean? It's as easy as it will be. So I'm hoping that this year will be a step up in difficulty and kind of also engagement. I really hope they do not. One, we have to have dedicated Zombies characters. Let's hope. And we need them to tell the story in-game, not through intel drops. I'm still, I did the Forsaken Easter egg day it came out. Let me refresh here. It's 8 o'clock. Not yet. And I'm still trying to pick up intel from the map, which is telling the story of how to beat the Easter egg, basically. Leading up to it. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, we got 1 minute. Here's the countdown. All right. Oh, that's terrible, this music. Okay, so we're going to watch it straight through the first time. Then we'll probably watch it again. And then we'll start breaking it down kind of frame by frame. Oh, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. seconds, 15 seconds, okay. I just want this to be a good year. I really do. I really do. That's all I want. Yeah. I just want it to be fun.
Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List. You are the instrument of my revenge. I give you an army of the dead. But our enemies have allies from beyond this mortal realm. Our strength is yours. We are joined now. Mortal children, yield or die.
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, why do we?
Come in.
What is it exactly?
Field upgrade that looks like? Definitely field upgrade. That looks like garage.
Step into the fire.
Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now. I gotta sell my soul, 'cause I can't say no.
Rise, revenants.
That's the Red Star map, I think. They already showed the hotel map.
Warfare is about to begin.
The big dude.
I wanna
Demon.
end me.
Okay.
Pre-order now.
To be honest with you, that does not leave me very excited. I know I'm supposed to be all phony excited because you gotta hype it up, hype it up, hype it up, but that doesn't leave me particularly excited. And I'll tell you why as we go through it. I believe this is the Red Star map as well. So if you played the beta, there's the one with the hotels and the big square in the middle, and it's kind of wide open. And you had those the rooftop over on, I think it's this side over here. I think it's this building. I could have it flipped. And then there was the other building where people were always snipers going up there hanging out on the second story, right? So for one thing, we're getting reused assets again with using multiplayer maps. Like we've had ever since in Cold War, everything was reused except for Die Maschine, although that reused. The kind of the funny thing is, well, not funny, but somewhat ironic thing is the game started and Die Maschine came out, and we've got a part of Die Maschine is, of course, Nacht der Toten, the building that you see right when you start in. But then the rest of it is an original map, and it's not part of the campaign, and it's not part of multiplayer. And then people were like, oh man, are they going to do like all remakes? And then we thought, we're going to Vietnam. Is it going to be Shang? Is it going to be, kind of like Shang. And people were getting kind of like, oh, they're just reusing stuff. And then, of course, it wasn't for Firebase Z. It was not Shang at all. But it was reused from the campaign. And then for each subsequent map, there were only 2 more. They never went back to the old maps from, again, using from World at War, BO1, BO2, BO3, none of that. But they all used campaign levels. So Firebase Z, Mauer der Toten was the Berlin, I don't remember what that mission was called. But I did a little tour of it, a live stream of it from the campaign before the map came out just to have a look at it and be like, hey, this is what, this is what's coming up. Let's check it out. And then same thing, of course, for Forsaken, which was the red light, green light level in the campaign. Anyhow, and then we're also going to see... Why is that? Yeah. Give me the full beans, man. We're also going to see that the characters that we're playing at are multiplayer characters. That was Polina Petrova or Poliskova or whatever her name was in the game. But okay, so we've got a teleporter portal kind of a thing here. That's the moon. It kind of looks like it's, you know, opposite of each other, but I think that's just the moon during an eclipse, maybe. Kind of, because we've got the corona around the edges, not the full, you know, looking moon. Not sure. So we're going back a couple of frames here. Then there's basically like the teleporter kind of portal coming into this world. And again, these guys all have the red cross like you get on like Ash Wednesday on your forehead. All of them with red eyes. Don't know the significance of that, but what was this little flash? Can't tell what that is. Okay, that's the very beginning. Hold on. We're going to get to that in a second. So this is, I don't remember their names because I haven't gotten that deeply into the, you know, the campaign characters. But these are definitely operators. I know him specifically, and I think him. I don't remember seeing this dude. But we all saw like the katana where they're like, Tak is back. But he's not. Or it could be. It's World War II. Or some kind of relative or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so unfortunately we have multiplayer characters that we're playing as again this year. And I don't know fucking why they're doing that. Why do they not give us our own goddamn characters? So it's probably going to be another year, honestly, of collecting intel rather than having story told to us as we go through it. We're going to have to go through and, you know, it's got me annoyed right now because, like, again, I've played through the Forsaken map. I don't even know how many times now. I've done the Easter egg a bunch of times. I think I've got like half the intel. I played it last night just trying to do like season challenge stuff. You have to play. One of the challenges I was doing last night was play 10 arcade games. Like, okay, did 6 or 7 of them in one game. I was like, I'm tired. I need one to get up and do this in the morning, so I'm going to bed. And I played to round 21, whatever. I don't know. Killed 3 abominations and about 5 mimics. And those are the things that drop intel on that map. Not one piece of intel was dropped when I played last night. Like, the hell is that? If this is how you're forcing us to consume the story, and then you still won't even give it to us, we have to like beg for it and play it again. They're just forcing it. All right, I'm getting a little worked up. It's bugging the hell out of me though. It really is. And we've got some kind of behind them. So this is that little statue, fountains, you know, whatever, in the middle of Red Star, that map. So we're getting multiplayer maps and multiplayer characters. So this is not starting off on a bang for me. We've got, again, this this skull here with, look at the teeth on it, and horns. So it's kind of like a human ram vampire occult. We're getting deep into the occult this year. Definitely, you know, they've said they're definitely diving deep into that. That is what the focus of this is going to kind of be. And again, Gabriel Kraft is from the intel from season 5, like I mentioned, and where that symbol, we see that symbol that's on the demon's chest. He's a demonologist. So we're getting deep into the occult kind of stuff this year. So it's going to be the kind of magic mysticism, occultism stuff this year. I think way more so than it will be. Like this year was kind of focused on the dark ether, what's in there, who is their, you know, can we get in there? Can we use it on our side or their side or whatever? You see on his forehead symbols, but I don't, again, I don't know if any of these are actual symbols from real cults type stuff that, has been found, or if they're, made up stuff for the game. And I wouldn't know anyway, but cool looking thing. Okay. So that's the Polina. Hers is the only name I know. But I think this is the American, this is the British dude, and she is Russian. And then, obviously, we have the Japanese guy from earlier. I want to have a look at that. That was much closer. That's the symbol. So it's not just on the big bad's chest. It's on all the zombies. Well, maybe not all of them, but it's on this guy's chest, and he looks like just a kind of regular zombie to me. But that is definitely the symbol, 100%. Okay, and that's where we... And this is...
Oberführer Wolfram von Lis.
Let's put on... Oberführer Wolfram von Lis.
Oberführer Wolfram von Lis. You are the instrument of my revenge.
Okay, I don't know why it's translating into Spanish.
I give you an army of the dead.
But this is auto-generated closed captioning. This is not from Call of Duty, I can guarantee you. Okay, so that's actually not helpful at all. So let's go back a little bit to So we've got the German guy, and apparently this something was leaked that they found in the game files is when you're playing the game, you're going to have the option, because we have options for literally everything now, is to so when you have the armbands and the flags and all that kind of stuff, is you can either turn it to, so it's just a graphical thing, but you can turn it so it's the Iron Cross, or it will actually be the swastika. Yeah. It's very early for me. In game, so I don't speak German, so this right here, obviously it's the Iron Cross for him, but apparently this is what somebody leaked on Twitter a couple days ago, that you'll be able to actually put this on so it's more authentic. So this would be, again, the swastika, but this video is probably getting flagged because I've said the S word like 3 times already, so this will never be seen by anybody, so it doesn't really matter. But let's keep going. Okay, there is that Vril device type thing right here. So it's like the pyramids on either side. Obviously, well, not obviously, you can't say that, but the thing that's talking to him right now, it's, kind of this. Remember, in Die Maschine, that whole map was from World War II, where the Nazis were trying to, basically harness the power of the dark ether back then. So this is, you can think of like this game as the prequel to that, to like Die Maschine and everything else that follows. But there's going to be a big gap in between. There's like 40 years in between, but 40, 45 plus more years in between, since the beginning of World War II and the Cold War, where we ended with the game Cold War. But so we've got this thing here. Again, pyramids on either side of it. Looks like a dumbbell, but it also kind of looks like the Vril device type thing. And the demon is talking. Seems to be. We're pretty sure that's the demon is talking directly to this Nazi man here.
Instrument of my revenge.
There it was. Okay, so let's get a look at him. A better look at him. Backing it up frame by frame. That gives him some power there. Oh, this dude is creepy looking. This is only a couple of frames in of the. Yeah, it's barely. Okay, look at this dude. He kind of looks silly there, to be honest with you, a little bit. Kind of looks like an action figure that you get at Toys R Us, but he looks pretty creepy there. Okay, let's keep going. And there's, again, so we saw at the very beginning, there was the, again, I was saying about the moon, and it looks like it's, there's been an eclipse. It could, maybe it is a portal. Maybe that's not the moon. So you can see kind of like whatever all this stuff is in front of it too. So I think it's probably like an eclipse that you activate when he activates that Vril device looking thing, that it sets something off. I'm not sure. That's how, I don't know.
I give you an arm.
So again, we're still on Red Star here. And we've got these runes everywhere. This like seems to be a very big theme throughout this. I don't know. Whatever. I don't think we're gonna have to solve very much. I think it's gonna be kind of laid out for us, just like this year was. Because again, we're using apparently multiplayer maps and multiplayer characters. So.
Me of the dead.
So you saw the armband there. We've got the American flag on his arm. Why is that not? Just one, like a couple of frames of that. Okay, so I didn't know for a minute there if this guy was a zombie or, because I couldn't tell if he was coming this way or facing into the zombies. But so we've got the American soldier here fighting off, trying to fight off the zombies, and then one last blast. Don't know what happens to him.
But our enemies have allies from.
So here we go again. This is the English soldier. That's the Russian. Is she Russian or? Pretty sure she was Russian. And that's the American dude. I don't know why we've only gotten like one picture of the Asian guy, but I'm assuming Japanese. But we saw him like in that still picture. Well, not still picture, but at the very beginning of the trailer. But that's that was from Red Star. So like the first map maybe is gonna be from Red Star. I don't know. That's my guess. Either that or I think the most we could hope for is, remember now that we've been hearing that at launch we are not going to get a round-based map. We are going to get the quote-unquote, imagine if round-based Outbreak and Warzone had a baby for zombies, and that's what we're going to get at launch. But to me, that just sounds like Outbreak. So I don't know what all that stuff together, like all the other couple of things, means. So maybe that's what we're getting here. I really doubt it, though, because I don't think they're going to do... If they're doing another version of Outbreak this year, I don't think it will be on a multiplayer map. Although, seriously, who knows? But I really don't think so. To me, that really just kind of wouldn't make sense to do that. So I'm assuming this is going to be from the first round-based map that we're going to get. I don't think this is Outbreak at all. Like an Outbreak type mode. I don't think so at all. So we got this thing here, this head. Maybe it's gold. I mean, it certainly looks golden down here, but that could just be the light that's coming from it. And over here, because it looks more like a like nickel or copper even, or pewter or something. But that's kind of cool looking. What that is, I have no idea. But again, we've got the various runes throughout, kind of everywhere. What are you? Look at this thing. Okay, that's straight, like, That's from a horror movie. So now again, remember, this is Treyarch's doing the zombies this year, and this is a Sledgehammer game. And you remember World War II zombies was like playing a horror movie. So it's not 100% Treyarch though that's doing this. This is a Treyarch is doing the story. Treyarch is kind of guiding this, but Sledgehammer had been developing everything, on their own. And then, Activision said, hey, Treyarch, everybody seems to love it when you guys do zombies. Why don't you just do zombies? And we'll see next year. Already we know, by the way, it's Modern Warfare 2 coming next year. So we didn't get any kind of zombies with Modern Warfare 2019. So we'll see what happens next year. If IW does zombies, if Treyarch does Modern Warfare's zombies, or maybe they will not be as zombies for a year. Don't know. So we'll have to see. But look at this thing. This is like out of Poltergeist. So we've got, I can't tell how big it, like if this thing is massive or this is just a close-up, because none of this gives me scale. This looks pretty, I can't tell. This thing could be absolutely massive though. This could be like the boss fight of the map. But it looks really cool.
We are joined now.
Okay, let's have a look at that sword. So, a field upgrade weapon. We've got Ethereum crystals here, right? Oh, that's that head. Okay, that's not even a boss or a live thing. That's just like a statue. Or like an altar that they've created to whatever demon or whatever the hell that is. That's kind of disappointing because that looks so cool. I was hoping that would be an actual like playable, not playable, but you know what I mean, something that we would play against. So we've got Ethereum crystals. Purple certainly looks like Ethereum crystals to me. Again, here. We've got more runes kind of popping off as we pull this out. He's got his weapon out plus this. So is this a field upgrade, do you think? It can't be like an attachment. That wouldn't make any sense. That would be dumb. To have like a melee and your primary out at the same time. So I'm thinking that has to be like a field upgrade type of thing going on here. And I still think I think all of this is taking place on whatever the hell the map was called. I had it before. Red Star, I think. Yeah. So there's that square. This, over here, this side was where up here on the roof, sniper always here, and then basically where I'm sitting would be that other building where there was the second story that people always went. It was kind of the hotel or whatever the building was. This is kind of like a museum or something over here. Yeah, and there's that rotunda thing, so you could kind of cut through in there real quick and like boop, over here. Okay, so we've got like the eclipse moon looking thing. We got a portal here and a portal here. It's possible that these are just doors, like buyable doors. So like this is the starting room and there's the center square. And just to leave the area, like you buy through the door that way. Could be. Probably not, but it could be. Because it looks like barbed wire right here. Like blocking your way. And look, on it, his back, her back, I can't tell who from these characters from this distance. But purple, we got green over here and kind of like a yellowy white one over here, light. Looks like maybe these are their field upgrades that are fully charged from them or getting charged in the process of being charged. We've got Blair Witch looking type little things here. it's made from sticks or whatever they're burning. It's to light, you know, the map here, but massive fire going on back here. That's all going to be unplayable, that area over there. I think it's just to give it kind of an eerie glow and a feel to it. But this is definitely Red Star. This is the center of that map. I can't tell you how crushingly disappointing. One, just getting multiplayer characters as our operators again. So we're not having dedicated zombies characters again. But that they're reusing multiplayer maps? That's I don't know if that's even worse or not. Well, I mean, you'll have plenty of area to train. Again, it'll be like Cold War.
Mortal children.
Okay, definitely a portal, not just a doorway. There, we see the Hotel Royale, or Royal, or whatever it was. Another multiplayer map. I didn't even notice initially, like, I when I saw that, I was just like, when we watched it the first time, I was like, oh no. And I didn't notice the Red Star map one so much, and then I definitely did, but... Okay, but it's a portal from Red Star to Hotel Royal, so if that's all on one map, maybe, let's hope that these are the two locations on the first map. They deal in those two multiplayer maps. Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies. Yes, Harry Scott, it is. We're going through it right now. So hopefully after this initial like map that we get, we'll have some real dedicated, because if you're doing, you know, Egyptian symbols and Mexican symbols, you know, stuff that they found in those two places, you've got pyramids to work with. Like, do that. Delve into the mysticism and the weirdness. Like, let's go. Don't give me multiplayer maps with multiplayer characters again. I can't deal with that. That'll be a huge bummer, man. I'm already disappointed that we're playing as multiplayer operators again. And we're playing, obviously, on at least two of the maps that we've seen from the beta. And this, you know, okay. Let's back up just a little bit. This thing is still very cool looking, but I don't know what it is. I was hoping that would be a boss.
We are joined now. Mortals. Children, yield or die.
So now we go to Hotel Royal. Again, this is that map that was always crazy, because they always seemed, instead of giving you like 6v6 or anything, it was always like 10v10 or 14v14 on this map. It's not a big map. And you go over the rooftop kind of a thing, and, you know, flank, all that kind of stuff. So if you played the beta, you know how crazy this map was. But again, multiplayer characters.
Oh man.
I wanted to suggest at 935, but it's not. Okay. This is what our field upgrades look like this year, I think. This looks like Frost Blast. Because, one, it's blue. I don't know what this skull in a cage thing is over here that's just floating along with us as like a pet. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But this, look at it. It's got feet and a tail. I mean, it looks cool. But this definitely looks like Frost Blast to me. It's cool looking, I'll give it that. I don't know what that thing is, man. Or why. Electro looks insane. Love the demonic red type look. Yeah, it's what do you think about, you know, having multiplayer characters as our operators again, though? And multiplayer maps. I mean, that really bums me out. But this thing looks cool. Again, this has to be Field upgrades. But then we see, so like there's this zombie here, right? And then I really don't know what the hell, man. I don't know what this is. Zombie head in a cage. And it's just kind of floating along with us, like protecting us somehow? I don't know. So then he's going to whip out his Frost Blast. Or, you know, what I'm assuming is Frost Blast. Because, look, he's got nothing on him now. And then, watch, on his shoulders, he's going to have, like, icicle-type, like, looking things like this. And this has got feet, like crow's feet or something, which is kind of weird. Doesn't make sense for Frost Blast, but we'll, you know, initially anyway. So they keep that on center screen nice and still for you for a little while, just so you can check it out. Little beak, bill, you know, thing. I don't know. But then you can already see it. Yeah, here we go. So it looks like that was like a Frost Blast kind of a thing. Set crew is better, but if they actually make these characters a part of the story or make them have more dialogue, then it would be much better. Yeah, but they're not going to, man. I agree that, yeah, that would be fine, Electro, but if they're reusing... If they were going to do that, they would have given us zombies characters. They wouldn't just be using multiplayer operators again. So you've got it's the ones from the trailer, it's the one from the beta. You've got the Russian lady, you've got the English guy, you got the American guy, and you've got I'm assuming Japanese guy that we've only seen like once, very briefly at the very, 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 very beginning of this trailer. But I don't remember him even from the beta at all. So. Yeah, I don't think so too. Yeah, I mean, I really kind of in the two locations that we've been to in this trailer so far are. Did you play the beta, Harry Scott, Call of Duty Zombies? Yes, yes, it is. We're at the. Is it Red Star? Is that what it was called? I think that's what it was called. And then we're at Hotel Royal now. For this zombies map, which are two of the multiplayer maps from the beta. So it's like they took what we all didn't we kind of all collectively, it seems, agreed that we did not like not having our own dedicated zombies characters. We didn't like using multiplayer operators because there was no character to them. They had very generic lines. Throughout the entire game. They didn't give us any story because they're not involved in the story, really. All the story we're getting is over radios and intel and all that kind of stuff in our heads from Weaver or from Carver, sitting somewhere else, some faraway location, just saying, hey, go do this. Hey, what's that? Hey, you know, like... And picking up intel is a terrible fucking way to tell a story. It really bothers me that it's such a lazy, shitty way to tell a story. It really bothers me. And apparently, we're going to get that again this year, which is just, it's really, I mean, I can't tell you how disappointing it is. It's like they're terrified because they tried to do the Chaos Crew in BO4 and people hated it. Didn't like those characters. And it's like, okay, we're not trying at all again. We're just not going to do it because what if they don't like it? It's just... okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Those are the weapons from the beta that we're familiar with. We're still on Hotel Royal there. This is a different location. That's... No, so that's the sword with the Ethereum crystals on it. So is that his field upgrade or her? I can't, whatever. But is this a field upgrade? Because again, that shot in the square where you see the purple, you see the green, and then there's like the kind of the white on their backs. So we're getting a look here now when we saw the close-up of the sword with the Ethereum crystals on it. That's what that looks like to me. So maybe these are... the Frost Blast one was just like a pull it out and just pop it kind of field upgrade like we did in Cold War. So do we get a special weapon as well? Like in BO4? When each character, you know, you could have the katana, you could have that massive hammer, you could have what was like the throwing star type thing? What was that called? You guys remember, though. You remember what I'm talking about. So maybe we all get a special weapon as well, like BO4. And field upgrades, though? I mean, we thought we were OP in Cold War. So this is a new location here. Okay, by new location, I mean that we haven't played in the beta or haven't seen so far in this trailer. This is very much an image that has leaked online for a while. This burning windmill. So this location, I don't know if we're in France here, German countryside, not sure. But this leaked a while ago, this image. So do you guys think that's what it is? You have your weapon, a field upgrade, and a special weapon? Plus perks? What do you think they're going to do for perks this year? Because if like one of these characters just popped out a can of PhD slider, it would feel kind of weird, I think. I mean, there's no way we don't have perks. Okay, now this I wanted to look at closer. So we're getting, I mean, it's not Shang. Well, it could be. But it looks like. It looks similar, I should say. That's what I mean when it looks like. I don't mean it like actually looks directly like it. Is that a demon of these wings, eyes? Or is that just like a tree and some lighting, and this is like the fire kind of lighting that we've been seeing on Red Star map as well? I mean, this definitely has a Shang feel to it, right? The upstairs hangar, this is where Peter McCain was hanging. Then down here, again, I'm not saying it is Shang. It's probably not, but could be. Like where the Element 115, like the meteor landed, remember? In the water. You guys know. Okay, so here, look, we got a better look at it. Is that like a... I can't tell. Like this could be a handle to a knife type thing, or is that the handle and that's like the blade? But then what would this be down here? I can't quite tell. Because the purple one we know was the sword with the Ethereum crystals on it. We can't see anything else there. Trying to go frame by frame here and just see if we can pick that out a little bit. When we're back to the zombies. The zombies do look cool, at least. Does he have wings? Are these wings? So is this like a kind of like a special zombie like we had with the Tormentors? I have a feeling that's what that is, because this is just like a regular zombie, right? He's not all lit up. This is probably just a special zombie, like the Tormented, like a dog round, basically. But I think he's got wings here. Or maybe not. Well, I don't know. Maybe that was just his arm. And he's running like that. Looks cool. Okay, let's have a... That was his field upgrade that he just popped off there. Like Energy Mine. I haven't used Frost Blast or Energy Mine until I've had to do some kind of challenge for, you know, to complete the seasonal challenges for it. So maybe that's what's on their backs, is their field upgrade, and it's not an additional special weapon. I don't know, but the sword one makes me so curious, though. Because that doesn't look like a field upgrade, like just a clickable boom, and set a thing off kind of a upgrade. Like this kind of looks like the same Ethereum type crystals, but these ones are blue. And again, we've got runes. So it's like his hand is holding it in the middle. We've got the up here and the lower part here.
Stand for your plaything.
And it sets up like an energy mine. And I just think this is a different version of, somebody, instead of the energy mine, this is just another field upgrade, just a different one. I don't know which, that sends out the obelisk of doom or something, like, I don't know. And again, more runes. I mean, it could be, this might not be a field upgrade at all. This could be something different that we find on the map. I don't know. Because they're just kind of casually fighting on either side of it. Hold on one second. Okay, look at all the little stuff flying off of it, just kind of around it. All these little more rune type shapes. But there was something when it, like just the very last frame of this, something, I just want to have a look. Oh, I guess it was nothing. It just it exploded. But it looked like it might have been, that looks like the number 13. That looks like the number 9. Well, here too. I don't know, maybe nothing else. And then teleported again? We're going frame by frame through the portal. And then back to Red Star. We come launching out of that. Back to Red Star. And that was what I wanted to see. Okay. That little kind of explosion of these here. These numbers. If they are numbers. I don't know what necessarily we're looking at there. Kind of an altar in front of like that museum type area. Somebody's going to solve this in like an hour and it'll be posted on Reddit. What like the highlighted ones mean. Okay, here's our kind of first mini boss. These are basically the wardens or manglers of this map, pretty much. To me, that's what it looks like. He's got that symbol on his chest that we've seen on in the still picture that was released, the little teaser gifs from Treyarch from Call of Duty. He's got that on his chest. We've seen the regular zombies have that on their chest as well, so it's not a special kind of a thing. I don't know if all of the zombies had it. It might have been like the Tormentor type zombies only, plus this big guy, plus the massive demon guy. But it's not just the big boss that has this. It's more than that. So it's not just completely. It's not super special, is what I'm getting at. But we got a boss with a zombie with a death machine, pretty much. Again, I think that's okay. Okay, so on it's field upgrades because that's Ring of Fire, obviously, right? And that was the sword. So it's not weapon plus field upgrade plus special weapon. It is your weapon plus your field upgrade, but they made it look like a special weapon too at the same time. Kind of weird. But that's obviously Ring of Fire right there, right?
Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now.
Again, the symbol on his forehead is the same. Give him the Game of Thrones. White Walker, Rise to the Dead. There's the symbol again. So, I mean, this symbol is just... we're getting hammered over the head with this goddamn symbol. And these are just soldiers that are kind of with their weird, badass kind of uniforms. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but...
A new chapter of warfare is about to begin.
New chapter of warfare is about to begin.
I want to end me.
Pre-order now.
Okay. Don't go to the next thing. Just stay here. There's only 5 people left watching it now. It's premiering. Okay. So, well, there you go. A couple of things. Overall, I am extremely, extremely, extremely disappointed. We do not have dedicated zombies characters. Again, we are playing as multiplayer operators. And we are also apparently playing on, at least, I mean, we saw 2 of the maps are 100% from the beta that we played. We've got the Hotel Royal, and then we've got the Red Star map. So we're playing not only with multiplayer operators, so again, generic, nothing kind of lines that we're going to be getting. We're not going to be getting any kind of story from our playable characters again. We're going to have to do everything from finding a piece of intel on the ground, go listen to this radio, go listen to this audio log, go do more challenges on Outbreak, and you get Dark Ether voice recordings from the challenges that you do on the map. Just a god awful way of telling a story. It's a terrible way of telling a story. It's not engaging whatsoever. Sorry to Treyarch and Craig Houston and all those guys, or whoever the hell decided this was a good thing, not to do just once in Cold War, but to repeat, although everybody has said it's a terrible way to tell a story. As far as I know, I've not heard a person say it's good or that they like it better, but I think they're petrified of making new characters again after what happened with the Chaos Crew, and people fucking hated them. There's always going to be a certain faction of people that it's not the premise crew, so fuck everything, and they're just not going to like it. But you gotta keep trying. If you're Treyarch, you gotta keep trying. It's just a way better way to tell a story. It's terrible. If I didn't have a channel on YouTube, there's no way I've picked up every piece of intel, except for, again, I've got like 5 or 6 pieces left because they won't fucking drop it for me on Forsaken. But there's no way I would have collected every bit of intel if I didn't have a YouTube channel about Call of Duty Zombies. Because it's boring. Okay, so I'm not happy about that. I think what a bad idea. What a terrible decision. And you can save the excuses of, they had a year less, plus they had a pandemic to work with, and now they're doing another one. Everybody's got a hard job. Everybody. I don't have sympathy for, it's hard, so, okay, I understand. Not acceptable. And they're not taking a chance by even trying. And they've gone with here's a really bad way to tell a story. We're going to do it again. I can't fathom why they did that. But anyhow, okay. Anyway, so I'm not excited about that stuff at all. I'm not sure, again, we talked about Gabriel Croft, the demonologist. Again, we had to find intel on the ground, whatever, from season 5 of Cold War. and Strauss is talking about it, and he's talking about, this guy. He's basically kind of like the Strauss of in 1940s, dealing with the dark ether stuff and studying it and doing all that kind of blah 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 whatever. And they found a piece of the intel in Egypt, and they found a piece of the intel in Mexico. The one thing the two places have in common completely that that's very easy to figure out is pyramids. We're dealing with the occult in this game, obviously. So, we should be jumping into that, not playing on Hotel Royal or Red Star. We should be in a friggin' the Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, or we should be in the Mayan temple in Mexico, or whatever. So anyway, let me know what you think. I gotta say, honestly, I'm really disappointed. We've got the same field upgrades, it looks like. I mean, they're styled differently, so yay. But it looks like they do the exact same thing. I mean, that was Ring of Fire. That was Frost Blast. It makes sense that they would be the same because it's the same universe that we're dealing with. Although there is intel I remember from back in Firebase Z talking about it on how they were developing the field upgrades. So it kind of doesn't make sense, actually, that they would have it back from 40 years prior or 45 years prior. So that kind of doesn't make sense. It's zombies. You can always, magic, portals, time travel, whatever, multiverse, that verse, whatever. I gotta say, honestly, all in all, I'm disappointed. I was really excited a couple of days ago, and seeing that they're dealing with, kind of more of the magic side of things. They're dealing with the occult. They're dealing with, we've got these runes. We've got pyramids. We got, blah blah blah. And it could still be amazing. It might be the best zombies game we've ever had. I don't know. I'm just saying, from what I've seen today, like that disappointed me a lot. Really, really, really disappointing that no dedicated zombies characters. We're getting multiplayer operators again, which is just so dull. It's unbelievable. Since the Maxis skin came out, I've been using that as my character in game. I literally haven't changed it because at least with her, we're getting you get tiny, tiny, tiny bits of zombies related feel, content, not really story, but you get a little bit, and you get a little bit to her mindset of what she's going through when you actually like wipe out a horde of zombies really quick, and she starts laughing her ass off. It's like, okay, she's kind of unstable here, but it's the only little bit of feel that you get for the actual story, what's going on, playing as an operator in that game. It's terrible. And we're doing it again this year. Makes no sense to me, man. No sense to me whatsoever. They could have just had a crew for this game that only lasted for this game. They didn't have to be our crew forever. It doesn't have to be like Premise. It doesn't have to be what they were trying to do with Chaos. It can be for this game, and then we go to the next game. And it's a different crew because it's a different place. It's a different time. Just so we can hear story. We don't have to go searching for shit on the floor to pick up, to get any kind of story whatsoever. It's just terrible storytelling. It's just a bad fucking way to tell a story, period. It's awful. So, I could be wrong. I don't see how, because we know that these characters are from the campaign. They're what we used in the beta on multiplayer, and now we're seeing them in zombies. So I don't know how it's going to be different. Like, it's not going to be the... Oh, okay. Makes no sense to me. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't understand it. It's cheap. It's lazy. It's sloppy. It's boring. I really hope they don't fuck up this year, because honestly, this Cold War was... They were trying to get new players into zombies because the story was so dense and so convoluted, and beating an Easter egg was actually genuinely very hard. Even not solving it yourself, just beating it, playing it, watching a guide on YouTube, and then solving it. And not solving it, but playing it and beating it by watching a guide was very difficult. To me, that was the challenge and that was the fun. But they wanted to let a whole bunch of new players in, and fine, well enough, that's great. I don't know why that you wouldn't have characters. Doesn't make any sense to me, like playable, dedicated characters. Doesn't make any sense to me, but this year was too fucking easy. And you might have gotten more people to play, but after you played a new map, every time a new map came out, you had 2 to maybe 3 days of interest in it, and that was it. Watch everybody's numbers that played it. Like in other larger zombie streamers, they just stopped playing. They just, okay, back to custom zombies, back to streaming BO3 or BO2 or whatever, but not this. Wade Bestwick, the biggest factor to me in a zombies game is map design, and while I will say I didn't try the beta myself, I heard pretty consistently the maps are pretty lackluster, so I'm not excited. Well, I just don't think that multiplayer maps should be zombies maps. Not that they shouldn't be, but, well, kind of that they shouldn't be. And you've just got such an opportunity that I don't understand it. And maybe, again, that's the only thing that's giving me some hope right now. Because, again, the multiplayer operators, I can't tell you how much I'm pissed off about that. That we're getting, because, again, about the story, that's just how they're going to tell the story, which is scraps of paper that you need to pick up. And it's just, seriously, go fuck yourself. And that the first map that we're seeing, I'm assuming this is the round-based map, that first one that we're going to get. And again, we still don't know what's coming at launch. From what we've been hearing, it's no round-based map at launch. We're not going to get that till Season 1, which doesn't launch till December, beginning to mid-December. So I'm assuming what we're seeing is going to be that. Butter, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you again. But again, that you're dealing with Egypt and Mexico and the occult. But the first map that we're getting is on Red Star and Hotel Royal from the beta? Multiplayer maps with multiplayer operators that are going to give us no story whatsoever. It's going to be boring as fuck. Again? It's... You have no idea how much I wanted to hop on today and be like, this looks fucking awesome. I am so excited for this year. But let's be honest. Cold War was goddamn boring. Like I said, you spend 2 days, maybe three. And then everybody was like, okay, done with that. When does the next map come out? And then when you take into mind, too, that D Machina came out, and then little over a month later, they gave us, maybe 2 months, they gave us Firebase Z. And then 6 months later, before we got another map. And when you're playing it for 2 to 3 days of actual genuine interest from the community at large, and like I said, streamers and YouTubers stopped playing it. They did not play it on stream because you get no views. People don't want to watch it. They'd rather watch you play BO2 on transit. Or BO3, because, hey, that's the God game. I get it. But when you have it's just so basic and so boring. I don't know why they're doing it. Again, 1 year, okay, you open the door, you let everybody in that possibly wanted to come in. And it looks like they're going the exact same route again this year, and I don't understand why. Zombies this year is actually just BO1 combat training, but the bots only have fists. Yeah, kinda. I so wanted to hop on today, really, and just be so excited for Vanguard coming up, and I just got mad. I mean, for me, I've not been playing zombies since the beginning. I've only really been playing zombies for a couple of years. I mean, BO3 was the first time I kind of like. What was it called? Advanced Warfare was the first time I ever actually played zombies, but I didn't. My friend was just like, "Hey, let's play zombies." I was like, "Zombies on Call of Duty? What the hell are you talking about?" I didn't even know about it because I hadn't been playing Call of Duty at all at that point. And he was playing the game. He convinced me to get the game, and I was having fun with it, the multiplayer. And he said, "Hey, want to do the zombies thing one day?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I didn't know what the hell it was. I didn't know there was zombies on it. And then we were playing it, and it's just like, wave after wave comes at you, and it's like, oh, hey, we got into a new area, and there's new guns on the wall. So it's like, oh, I thought, like, as you progress, like, every weapon that you go, like, into the next room was, like, has to be better. Didn't know about pack-a-punching or upgrading or any of those things. Didn't know about Easter eggs. Didn't know any of that stuff. So we played that a couple of times. I was like, I don't understand the whole point of this mode, And then it was just, okay, let's play let's go back to multiplayer. And this was like I didn't buy it until like the summer that year. So it was like at the end of the life cycle anyway of the game. And then BO3 comes out, and I found somebody streaming Shadows of Evil, and it was like, okay, what is this? Like, looks way different than what I just saw on Advanced Warfare as far as zombies goes. Like, this looks awesome. I played every single zombies, including Extinction from Ghosts, and played almost every map and mode in World War II, and Cold War just killed zombies for me. I went back to BO4 one day, and it was so fun. Dude, I've been playing... the reason why you see that right there, so, like, obviously I've been on it recently, is because I went back and I played Infinite Warfare Zombies. IW Zombies I love, man. It's so much fun. Great side Easter eggs, stuff that takes you a while to do, but it's engaging, and there's maps and characters that you say quippy little things and funny little things and, kind of somewhat interesting things while you're on the map itself. The maps are cool. They're cool places to hang out. They're places I want to be. D Machina was the only map, and it was like, and it just barely kind of qualifies as this. Like, it's kind of a cool place to just hang out, which is what I want my zombies maps to be. A cool place to hang out. I don't want to hang out on a multiplayer map. There's nothing there. I want to look around Zombies in Spaceland. I want to look around Shadows of Evil. I want to look around Derizendrak. I want to look around Gorod Covey. I want to look around Voyage of Despair. I think that's an awesome... I know people hate Voyage of Despair for whatever reason I don't understand. I think that's an amazing map and a great setting for a zombies map. But there are places I would like to hang out and spend some time and just kind of kill some zombies, check this out, what's over here, go look at this, blah, 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 whatever. And again, spend some time with the character. The zombies character. Not a multiplayer operator that has literally nothing to say other than, ha, I killed 20 of them at least. Who gives a fuck? It's so annoying. It's so frustrating. It's not... at a certain point, you gotta, like, again, this past year, Cold War has been to let the new ones in, and I get it. I was saying before this year, they need to find a way to let people in, man, because you cannot have the same crew with such a goddamn convoluted story as your main group anymore. Like, because there is no way in anymore. The story is too dense. It's too fucking convoluted, flat out convoluted. You got multiverse after multiverse, character after character of the same people, but, like, which one is it? And no. You can't have new people anymore because there's this huge brick wall that you walk into when you're trying to figure out this stuff. And even if you go back and look and, try to sort it all out, I was saying this on the stream a couple days ago. Like, even people that have been playing since World at War lost the thread of the story because it just got so friggin', like, again, convoluted. There is no other way to put it. It's just murky as hell. So you just shut off one of the coolest aspects of it by getting it so complicated. Just make it a cool story. Give us characters that are telling us and experiencing the story as we're playing it. Not generic bullshit lines about I killed, this many of them. That's not engaging. Biggest problem in modern zombies is that recent games have become so centered to one play style. Show me one place in any map on Cold War that a sniper is legit. Maybe Firebase Z office with toxic growth. Yeah. That's fair too. I think, I don't mind. I kind of mind, but I don't really mind how powerful we are. One of the things I did, like I was saying, Wade, when you were saying about BO4, and I was like talking about IW over here, is I had just gone back in the last couple of weeks, and I'm very close to like 100% on zombies on that. And there's a few things I just hadn't done, and I kind of I like getting on there and hopping on and spending some time and doing some stuff, like do a couple of the challenges and then leave it, because I want to go back. I want a reason to go back too. I don't want to I don't really want to be 100% on it, because I'm so close now it kind of doesn't matter. But I want these little things to just go back and be able to do, because I like spending time on there. I want to go and play these maps. I am never going to play Cold War again. As soon as this is over, I'm not doing it. I can guarantee you. Not for fun, at least. I might be some kind of stream, whatever. Where hey, I am going to play through every Cold War map, maybe even tomorrow. But when the new game comes out, I'm not going to be going back to Cold War and be like, yay, fun, because it's not. But you go back, and you were saying with BO4, you just hop back on some BO4. It's hard. You hop on Call of Duty, and one of the best things I think that any zombie studio creators, whatever, have ever done was they gave you as a reward for completing all of the zombies maps director's cut. So you start every game. If you want to, you can turn it off too. $25,000 and Perkaholic. It's a great reward. It's like, oh, you actually did a thing. Here you go. And if that makes the game too easy for you, and it does, but when you just want to hang out because it's a fun place to hang out, use that. When you want a little bit of a challenge, like I did last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, I played through every map with director's cut on and then without director's cut on. The difference it's shocking. If you've only ever played Cold War Zombies, go back and play BO3 or 4 or whatever, or even IW. It's way, 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 way harder. Cold War is so easy, it's ridiculous. You're so overpowered with upgrading the perks to tier 5, adding so many things to it, upgrading all your weapons, making them stronger and stronger and stronger, field upgrades. I mean, medical packs that you can have an infinite amount of, so long you just need the salvage for it. You can just get another one, get another one, get another one, get another one. And you don't even get to be a cool character while you're doing it and getting any kind of story, any kind of fun. There's not a lot of fun. Just pure fun. That's one of the things I think Infinite Warfare did really well, was having the fun aspect of the quotes that you would get. Sally I thought she was hilarious. The stuff that she would say. The stuff that Richthofen would say on Der Eisendrache about Dempsey coming back from the moon was friggin' hilarious. There's none of that. There is no humor in Cold War Zombies. There's none. There is zero humor to it whatsoever. The thing that World War II messed up with, I think, with the worst kind of aspect of it, is they made it a flat-out horror, living in a horror movie. And I love horror movies. they're a lot of fun. Not for hour upon hour upon hour upon hour upon hour. It's exhausting. You need to balance. And, you know, whereas IW went more of a pure kind of fun, they didn't get deep into anything. There was story there, but they didn't, you know, definitely didn't wallow in it, and it didn't get too crazy. I would love an IW2 to see where it could go. Lee Ross, please. But like Black Ops before, you know, like BO3 kind of era, really, really, really nailed it with the amount of seriousness to it. Great maps, really cool Easter eggs, and it was actually fun. And you could get on there and just hang out, and it was cool. Cold War is boring. It just is. The Easter eggs are so easy to do. The characters that don't have character, they're dull as fuck. The maps are dull as fuck. D Machine is still the best map of Cold War, and it's because it's at least slightly interesting with the going in and out of the dark ether, and that's kind of it. Firebase Z is, honestly, for me, it's the worst map ever made. Yes, I would take Transit over it. Yes, I would take Die Rise over it, because at least those are aggressively bad. Firebase Z is just flat dull. I'd rather be angry at something than I would be at just going, I'm just fucking bored. And then we go to the Berlin map, and it's like, again, it's a multiplayer map that we've already done. They don't really add a lot to it. There's a little underground part with a train. Fucking yay. And what we just got with the Forsaken, again, it's like this one little street that you walk into. There's a couple of stores on either side, so like, okay, this could be cool. Then you go in there, and there's nothing in there. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to look at. There's nothing to explore. That's the map. Okay, I'm done complaining. I really thought I was going to come and do this today and be extremely excited for what is to come. And instead, I am so disappointed, and I am not hopeful. I mean, I leave open the possibility that, you know, again, maybe that's just the first map to get us into the to get us into the world, and then we go to the pyramid map in Egypt and Mexico as hopefully different maps. Not that we teleport, you know, we get like one room over here and then we teleport to the next one and just make it really dull. I mean, even worse than what we already have. I just don't know why you would do it like this. Okay. All right. That's it. You guys can let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments. I've given you my opinion. Oh. I don't want another boring year. I just don't want it to be boring. I would easily take aggressively bad over boring. Whatever. Okay, guys, that's it. Bye.